lessons that my grandmother taught me, the one that I think I'll cherish the most is the one about faith. See, at a very early age, she taught us all that if you believe in God, if you have faith, that things will work out. And it's that belief, it's that lesson that she taught that guides me today, that keeps me grounded today. And I dare say that that lesson will carry me through the rest of my life. So I'm very appreciative of that lesson that my grandmother taught me.
My grandmother meant everything to me, but if I had to narrow the one thing down that meant the absolute most to me, it would be her independence. She would not let anyone stop her from doing what she wanted, how she wanted it, and when she wanted to do it, because she was so determined.
Growing up with grandmama, I had no choice but to show respect. Her very presence demanded and commanded respect, and that's why I love her.
Thank you, grandmother, for loving me. Thank you for loving my children. Thank you for raising a wonderful son that is my amazing dad. Thank you for the love of Christ that you had, and thank you for sharing that love of Christ with us. And I thank you so much for living and not just existing. I'm going to miss you, and I love you. Bye-bye.
When I think about my grandmother, I think about missionary work. I can recall times when she would pick me up from school and we would go visit so many people along the way. Sometimes I think she would forget that I needed to eat. We would be seeing so many people. But I love you, Grandmama.
Grandma, I just want to let you know that we love you and we are missing you, but we know that you're in a much better place than here on earth, looking down on all your grandkids and all your kids and great-grandkids.
So everyone knows when Thanksgiving rolls around, guess who makes the peach cobbler? I make the peach cobbler. And you know why I make the peach cobbler? Because when I was a young girl, Grandma Ruby sat me down and taught me how to make peach cobbler. And that is something that, of course, I'm always going to keep with me. I'm teaching my daughter how to make peach cobbler, and hopefully she teach her daughter and for generations to come.
With us being in Southern California and her being in St. Louis, a lot of times conversation is all we had. I appreciate that when we did talk, she always wanted to know what was going on in our lives and that we were doing well. And that is the main reason, one of the main reasons why my grandmother means so much to me.
Grandma Ruby meant a lot to me. One thing that I would cherish is our conversations. We had a lot of great conversations, and I would cherish those memories forever.
My grandmother, in a word, feisty.
Grandma Ruby was a straight shooter with no chaser. Now, I know that's not one word, but y'all figure it out.
The word that comes to mind when I think about grandmama is God-fearing.
Fearless.
One word for my grandmother would be fighter. She never gave up. She would dig in and do what she needed to. And before Jesus fought them battles for her, she'd throw some hands with you too.
Listen, I don't think I could describe Grandma in one word, because anytime I think of her, I think she was smart, she was beautiful, she was witty, she was sharp, she was sweet.
Caring is definitely a word I would use to describe my grandmother.
Welcoming.
One word that I would use to describe my grandmother is strong. She was a strong woman.